Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone. Today, yeah, that would be nice if we can share the screen. Thank you so much, Apurva. So the Murli is originally dated of 16th of March 2011, and this is the time of Holi, right, in India. And Baba is, of course, talking about how we have to burn our old sanskars and constantly be colored by the company of Baba, right? Make ourselves so much equal to the Father. And that is what is true celebration of Holi. So let's see. The title of the Murli is Do the Service of Making the Elements Pure, satoguni, by serving through your mind. Do the service of making the elements pure by serving through your mind. Have good wishes and pure feelings and perform the dance of harmonizing your sanskars. Burn your old sanskars, and by coloring yourself with the color of God's company, celebrate the true Holi. Today, the Holiest Father has come to celebrate Holi with his children. All of you have also come to celebrate Holi. All the children everywhere who are sitting far away are also sitting down to celebrate Holi. Which color Holi have you come to celebrate? So there are different colors, right, that we use to color. And so Baba is asking, which is the color that you are going to celebrate with? Just as the Father is the highest on high, in the same way, God's company also makes you the highest on high. He is seeing a star of fortune sparkling on the forehead of each child. Now, somebody was asking this question recently in Avyakti Parivar, that will everyone be 24 karat gold? You know, we say we're going to golden age and everyone will be like in a state of gold, kind of, you know, Sato Pradhan, we say. And so is it true that everyone will be 24 karat gold? Yes, right, everyone will be, but of course there will be difference in the status. And so Baba is actually making us so elevated, right? Highest on high, like himself. It's such an honor, right, that the soul receives at this time. And so Baba is saying that he is seeing a star of fortune sparkling on the forehead of each child. So then ask yourself, do I also see, when I look in the mirror or mirror of my heart, do I see that little star sparkling in the center of my forehead? Baba says throughout the whole cycle, the star of fortune is attained by no one except you fortunate children. The elevated fortune is that it is only you children who become double pure. That is, you become holy, right? Double pure, meaning doubly non-violent, right? Purity at the level of the soul, but purity at the level of body as well. There are also religious souls, but their bodies are not pure. In the future, your Brahmin souls will be pure and you will have pure bodies. You understand, right? All of you. And Baba is saying that here also sannyasis and tapasvi who do a lot of penance and have a celibate life, they do try to become pure, but then they cannot be called doubly pure because the body is still coming from impure elements, right? So Baba is saying there, you will have soul as well as body pure. The sign of being double pure is that you receive a double crown. In the whole cycle, only you become double crowned at the confluence stage. By having the color of the Father's company, you become double pure. God's color of the confluence stage makes you double pure. Because of staying with the Father and because of being combined with the Father, you become double pure on this Holi. One is you stay with Baba, and one you're completely combined with Baba, right? So companionship, but also combined like Shiv Shakti form. You constantly have the Father's company in your heart. This color is so elevated that it makes you as elevated. Hmm? People celebrate Holi with physical color, whereas you become holy with the color of the Father's company. This too is double holy. Your holy is unique in the world and it is loved by the Father. You have the intoxication that because your holy is colored with the color of God's company, it makes you pure for half a cycle in such a way that even now your images are worshipped with discipline. And even if you have to put color on gods or whatever, they will put it like tilak, no? Not just throw anyhow. So Baba once said, no, if you just throw, you become like ghost. But he doesn't make us look like that. He says, celebrate with the color of God's company. That is the color that I want to apply, right? Baba says, no one else's images are worshipped with so much love. You yourself can see your own images. Others are also worshipped, but they are not worshipped for this duration, nor are they worshipped in this disciplined way. Others, meaning who understood this? Others are also worshipped, Baba said, but not in the same way and not for the same duration. What is the meaning of this line? Hmm? No one? No one understood this? Others here meaning, like for example, Gandhiji or Ambedkar, right? Or any great warrior, right? They are also worshipped, right? Hmm? But then their worship is not for the whole duration, right? It's not since Copper Age, or their worship is not in a disciplined way, right? They don't have a roof sometimes on top of their head. They're placed in the on the road where there are four ways meeting, right? So it's not in a disciplined way. Baba says you constantly maintain your zeal and enthusiasm. You do maintain it, do you not? Do you stay in zeal and enthusiasm? In that case, raise your hands. Do you maintain it sometimes or all the time? Those who say that they constantly stay in zeal and enthusiasm and also give zeal and enthusiasm to others, raise your hands. Not those who do this only sometimes, but Baba is asking the people who are able to maintain it constantly, right, to raise the hands. So not those who do it only sometimes, but all the time. So you have to underline the word constantly. Have you not? However, whatever have been your stage, your devotees celebrate it in the form of a festival. You colored yourself with the color of God's company. And so they also apply color, but because they are body conscious, they apply a physical color, which cost a lot of money. And its result is that some things are good, whereas other things are not so good. They celebrate this way. They definitely celebrate the memorial of your enthusiasm. In order to belong to God, you first of all burn your old sanskars. And then because of being colored with the color of God's company, you celebrate all the time. Celebrate means you are in mode of happiness all the time, right? So first day they will burn, no? Holika, and then the next day they apply color. So Baba is saying first you also, when you come to Baba, you burn the weaknesses, the old nature, the old way of thinking, the old sanskars, whatever. And then you become like God when you begin to have connection with Him, right? So Baba is saying they too first burn something and then celebrate. But there is the difference of day and night in the way that you celebrate and in the way that they celebrate. They are body conscious, whereas you are soul conscious. They have the awareness of the body, and you are aware of the soul. You have Babdada's direction that holy means to let the past be the past. They also speak of holy. It has happened already. In Hindi, right? Holy, matlab ho gayi, ho chuki hai, like that. So it has already happened. But they do not put the meaning of it into practical form. All of you let everything be holy. That is, you let the past be the past. So you let go, no? Let it go because it is past. You do this, do you not? Or do you only do it sometimes? When you remember the past, you have many waste thoughts. Your time is also wasted. Since your sanskars over a long period of time continue to work even against your conscious wish, then every minute of this confluence stage, which help to create a reward for 21 births, every thought and every minute are so valuable. So Baba is saying basically, if that sanskar of going into past is there, then that sanskar, on autopilot kind of it takes over. And without my conscious wish, I'm putting in my time, I'm putting in my energy, right? And so Baba is saying it's wasting. But what you have to do is now create the sanskar of the confluence stage and realize the significance of time, the significance and value of your thoughts. And that will help you to create a reward for 21 births, Baba is saying. That is not just 1 second that has gone by, but it creates a difference in the reward of many births. So it's like if I waste 1 second here, I might lose maybe one birth in the golden age, right? Or in heaven. So Baba is saying not one birth, because every one of us will somewhere come in the golden age, no? Or no? No, some will not come, which is true. And that's why not everyone will receive 21 births. So what is the reason why everyone will not receive 21 births? Baba is saying today that they waste the time here. So it's not just wasting 1 minute. It's such an important line. But it's not just wasting 1 minute or 1 second. Baba is saying you've wasted the whole birth maybe, right? So much value our time has. So he's saying that is not just 1 second that has gone by, but it creates a difference in the reward of many births. Babdada has told you earlier too that you must not waste any time or thoughts of the period of the confluence age. If you are constantly colored with God's color, that is, if you constantly keep the Father as your companion, you're then able to make every thought and every moment, that is, every minute of the confluence stage, worthwhile. So if I pay attention and make Baba as my constant companion, then Baba is saying your time will not be wasted. So check whether your every minute and every thought are worthwhile, or do they go to waste? Because it is not just 1 minute, but every minute and every thought have a connection with 21 birds. They have this much value. It's such a beautiful point, actually. I'm just loving to hear this. I have not heard this before, I feel. But Baba is saying here 1 minute has connection with the birds that you take in the golden age. So if I'm losing time here, I will lose time there. Such a important point. Baba is saying, think about whether you constantly keep this much value in your heart. It is set for the period of the confluence sage. If not now, then never. Ab nahi to kab nahi, right? So always have this value in your awareness. So all of you celebrated Holi today. That is, you colored yourself with the color of the Father's constant company. So did you check throughout the whole day whether you remained colored with the Father's color? Did you stay in God's company, or did your time and thoughts also go somewhere else? Check this, Baba is saying. Did you check this? Nod in agreement. Do not wave your hands, but nod. Baba is saying, Babdada constantly signals to you. With the pure satoguni thoughts of your mind, continue to make matter, the elements satoguni, pure. Do you remember that service of the mind? Every one of you, can you say that you all serve the elements on daily basis? It's a question for everyone. I should make some time in my day to serve, especially the 5 elements, right? So Baba is saying, do you remember this service, that I have to do this service? because the elements are now going to carry out their work in a big way. This was just a small matter, but human souls have troubled the elements a lot, and so they will also begin to cause trouble. This is why the Father says, just as you are paying attention to become conquerors of Maya, you do pay attention to this, do you not? You have promised Maya, it is your duty to come, and it is our duty to attain victory over you. All of you have promised this, have you not? Have you? You want to become a conqueror of Maya, do you not? Similarly, you also have to become a conqueror of elements. So we say, no, Maya Jeet and Prakriti Jeet. We don't say, I'm just becoming Maya Jeet, right? We say we are becoming conquerors of Maya and conquerors of the elements, right? So I have to conquer elements, but how will I do that? If I don't serve the element will not serve me, right? So it's very, very, very important for us to give our pure thoughts, pure energy to serve the elements and make them pure as well. And Baba is saying, you also have to become a conqueror of the elements because you want to rule the kingdom, do you not? Your kingdom is coming, is it not? Do you have this intoxication? People are wondering about what will happen and they are afraid. Whereas you all know that it is now the Amrit Vela, the confluence age. And what comes after Amrit Vela is the morning, right? Our kingdom is going to come in that morning. You have this intoxication, do you not? Right, today also, no? In Sakar Murli, it must be yesterday for you all. Baba said that we will be immortal in the golden age, right? There will be no death. Of course, we will be immortal in the supreme abode because there is no body, so there's no question of death there. But even in the land of immortality, right, we will be immortal. How? Because we have served the nature to such an extent that nature also serves us, right? The body helps us to stay in, like the elements of the body are so pure that they help us to stay in the same body for 100, 150 years, right? So Baba is saying, you have this awareness, right? That my kingdom is coming. I will be in that kingdom. It is the kingdom of all of you. Sorry, missed one line. Our kingdom is going to come in that morning. You have this intoxication, do you not? Is it our kingdom or just the kingdom for the Maharathis? It is the kingdom of all of you. You're not worried about what will happen. You know that the best of all will happen. In your kingdom, even matter has to be Sato Pradhan. Who is going to make the impure matter pure? Or will it be okay for matter to be as it is? Not at all, right? The matter is so impure. The land is not able to produce anything. The wind is not clean, right? The air is not clean. The water is not clean. So many things are happening. So Baba is saying, you don't want the same matter to come in the golden age, right? It has to come in its purest form. And so Baba is saying, will it do in your kingdom if it is in the same form? Will it? Say yes or no. Will it do? So who will make matter pure? You will do this, right? Will you not? That is why the first scene of suddenly, just a small one, has just begun. Now more and bigger scenes are yet to come, and they will come suddenly. What you never even thought of is going to happen, right? Did anybody think about COVID? No, and it happened. And now there is air about monkeypox, right? I don't know how many of you have heard, but this is again something coming up, right? So Baba is saying things that never ever happened will happen suddenly. So Bab Dada has been teaching you the lesson of suddenly for a long time. However, now seeing this in a practical form, you have to begin your work and not be afraid, right? Do any one of you feel afraid? Not receiving any responses today. Everyone is so quiet. So Baba is saying, what is your stage? Do you feel afraid? Or do you feel you're fearless? He said, no, if you're like goat, Maya will get you. Today is Murli. Why like goat? Because goat is such a timid animal, right? Easily gets scared. And so if I am scared or if I become afraid, then of course Maya will try to take over me, no? So Baba is saying, don't be afraid. You tell the story of how there was fire all around and yet God's children remained safe, right? They talk about, no, the cat and her kittens remained safe. So even now the children are safe, are they not? Test papers will definitely come, but you have to carry out double work. First, you have to face everything while being fearless. First, you have to face everything while being fearless. Second, who is going to serve your devotees and your unhappy brothers and sisters? You are colored with the color of God's company, and so whatever you have attained by being colored with the color of God's company, you have to distribute that to your brothers, sisters, and devotees with a lot of love. So first thing Baba is saying, when a challenge comes, a sudden situation comes in front of you, you face it first. How? With the power of courage. Be courageous and not fearful. And then second, whatever you have received from Baba, whether it is qualities, whether it is powers, whether it is knowledge, whether it is love, whatever, you distribute that to your brothers, sisters, and devotees with a lot of love. Who is remembered at the time of sorrow? Baba says whether they consider him to be God or not, even out of compulsion, they would definitely say, "Oh Father, oh God." So you children of God now have to become supports for those who are in sorrow. So much homework Baba is giving us. And Baba says, become their support with your good wishes, pure feelings, and the rays that you have received from the Father. Become their support with your good wishes, pure feelings, and the rays that you have received from the Father. After all, Baba says they are your family, are they not? In a family, cooperation is given to one another. The very name is Sahyoga. Sahyoga. So Sahyog means cooperation, elevated yoga. This is the means of giving support. You are given a message to fix a time for yourself. Do not think it will happen. You have fixed times for traffic control and Amrit Vela, have you not? So in the same way, according to your task now, according to the time, Baba says, this service through the mind is extremely essential. This service through the mind is extremely essential, especially nowadays, right? When you can't go to the center very often. Usually when I was there in India also, I used to go every Saturday, Sunday. I would spend at the center. And when I came to US also, every weekend I would be at the center. So now with COVID, you can't just go every weekend or every time whenever you want, right? So what will you do? Service through mind is therefore very, very important. Baba says, make time for this. Be merciful, be benevolent. What is your self-respect? What is your title? The world benefactors. So do you feel mercy? Or do you think it will happen? You must not be careless in this, because whomever you give sakash to will become your devotees. Beautiful. Huh? Baba says, whomever you give sakash to will become your devotees. So, what must you do? Do you pay this attention? Those of you who feel that you are paying attention to this and that it will increase, raise your hands. That means we are already doing it, but because Baba mentioned it today, I'm going to put a little bit more extra time into it. So let's say I'm doing 20 minutes of Mansa Seva every single day for the elements. Today I say, Baba, I'll do 30 minutes, So Baba is saying you're paying attention and you will increase, then you raise your hands. You're putting your hands up and down. Baba says it is all visible on the TV. If so many of you put your self-respect into the practical form, then even now, at the confluence age, souls will sing songs of your praise. Wah, God's children, wah. You have given us so much support. Baba says for you, it is a matter of giving support at this time. And they will continue to sing your songs of praise for half the cycle. Right? I have to do only for little time. But the reward of that is for half the cycle, right? They will sing my praise. They will become my devotees. You will become their ancestors, Baba is saying. You are ancestors. Where are the Brahmins sitting in the picture of the tree? You're sitting under it, are you not? Right? Brahmins are sitting in the roots, and roots of the tree, even though they're incognito, they are the ones that is giving support to the tree. They are the ones that are holding the tree, right? If the roots were not there, would the tree ever exist? No. So Baba is saying you give them support. You are the ancestors. So you, Baba says, are the ancestors too, are you not? Can you hear the sound of the devotees? Baba says, caution yourself a little. You have to become a support for those who are in sorrow. When you think that you have to become a support for those who are in sorrow, you will hear their sound. You will. You won't say, no, Baba, I don't hear anything. Right? Sometimes I get up at night and I feel somebody is remembering me. I just sit in Baba's remembrance. So if that happens to you, then it's a good sign, no? Should be able to hear that somebody needs help and then sit in remembrance. Baba says, did everyone celebrate Holi? For you, the whole confluence age is holy. You remain constantly in the color of God's company. The memorial is celebrated for 1 or 2 days, whereas you stay in God's company for the whole of the confluence age. You have this intoxication, do you not? The poor, helpless people are constantly begging, God, do this for us, do that for us. However, you have received a guarantee for 21 births that you will not have any scenes of sorrow, even in your dreams. We don't have to beg in front of Baba, do we? We don't have to ask him. We don't have to, constantly tell him, give me this, give me that. No, right? Baba makes us so independent. Baba gives us so much, right? Makes us full of virtues, full of powers that I can handle everything myself. In the golden age, I don't need God to be there. I don't need any other person to support me, right? I am very independent. And this is what Baba does for us, right? Who in the world will do that? And so really, it's so powerful that Baba says, you will not even have any scenes of sorrow, even in the dreams. No waves of sorrow will come, even in your thoughts. If each one of you wants to claim the kingdom for all time, then you can create your companions of the family of the golden age, the royal subjects, the ordinary subjects at this time. You have a guarantee for 21 births. Do a little service and make some time. Make some time for Mansa Seva. Baba says, why? Because you have the power of thought anyway. Simply also give what you have received from the Father to your brothers and sisters. Babdada had told you earlier too. Constantly check that you are performing the dance of harmonizing sanskars in the midst of the Brahmin family. Babdada had asked you to fix a date for when you're going to perform that dance. Can it be fixed? Can it? Those in the first row speak. Raise your hands. Can it happen? Even you Pandavas have to raise your hands. There cannot be salvation without the Pandavas. Acha, it is now the last turn. One more meeting still remains. For that, each one of you has to fix and write down the determined thought that you are going to have for yourself. Each one of you has to fix and write down the determined thought that you are going to have for yourself. How long will it take for the whole Brahmin family to stop using their old sanskars? Whether it is my own sanskar or the sanskars of others, these should not influence me. Very beautiful. Baba is saying sometimes my own old sanskar can disturb me, right? Sometimes my old sanskar can affect me, and I might get distressed thinking, oh, I've been a Brahmin for 10 years and still this sanskar is not going. So you can have little bit concern around it. So this is like being influenced by my own sanskar, but also sanskars of others, which we all have experienced, right? We can be influenced by those also. But Baba is saying, can it be possible that I'm not influenced by either of them? Now, can this date be fixed? Raise your hands. Acha. Take everyone's photo, because just as you saw that scene of suddenly, in the same way, everything is going to happen suddenly. And this is why Bapdada wants to see the preparations. You give good wishes and you have pure feelings for others. Bapdada saw that you made a program to serve others. So if you have good wishes and pure feelings constantly for every soul, well, it has to be number wise anyway. Right? So Baba is saying you have to have good wishes and pure feelings for every soul constantly. And those souls will eventually come, no? But it might be number wise, they will receive. In the memorial of your rosary, is everyone number one? They are number wise, and yet they are threaded in the rosary. Are they not? Why did they get a number? They have different sanskars. But instead of seeing their sanskars, you have to have good wishes and pure feelings. That means, again, especially with the people that you come in contact and on a daily basis, you're interacting with them, then you have to pay so much attention that I don't get influenced by their sanskars. And influence can be in good way, in bad way, in negative, whatever, right? So Baba is saying not to get influenced by those sanskars, but remain in a very neutral state, right? Have good wishes, very pure feelings. Ultimately, Baba says they are also part of the Brahmin family. It does not matter what they're like. They are my family. Are they not? So just as you say Mera Baba, in the same way, it is also my family. It is good that the majority of you have raised your hands. So all of you have the zeal and enthusiasm. That is why you raised your hands. So be cooperative with one another, and by having a vision, attitude, and awareness of good wishes and pure feelings. So, what is the cooperation that I have to give? That's a question. I have to give the cooperation of holding good wishes and pure feelings in my vision, my attitude, and my awareness. That's the cooperation I need to give, right? If you understand, right? Baba is saying it's not about physically helping or giving donation of food or money or anything. He's saying constantly to have good wishes and pure feelings in my vision, my attitude, and my awareness whenever I come in interaction with anyone. Right? So, this is the cooperation that is needed with one another. It will not be a big thing to perform this dance. Whoever claims a good number in this and carries this out practically by the date will receive a unique and lovely prize. Baba will not tell you what the prize is now, but he will give you a prize. Why? You have to make time to do service, do you not? The complication of sanskars takes away your time, and this is why there is a need for your time. Is this okay? So Baba is saying instead of getting tangled up into the sanskars of each other, just make that time or use that time to remember Baba, and that will help. All of these are residents of Madhuban, are they not? Do you like it? Because those from Madhuban are special. Babdada also has a lot of love in his heart for the residents of Madhuban. And those from Madhuban also have love for Baba. Baba even says you have love for the Father and it will always be there. It cannot be erased. You are immortal in this. This is why you have become residents of Madhuban. Wherever people from Madhuban go, with what vision do people see them? That they are from Madhuban. Or they are from Madhuban. Therefore, you pay attention to this, and before the last turn, fix a place in Madhuban where everyone can put their notes. However, this has to be before the last turn. Rakiben, should I continue or you like me to read more?
We can stop here, Tina Ben.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. So let's take a pause and remember Baba and then see what touched my heart. What am I going to practice? What am I going to do for the rest of the day? And then we can share a few points. So let's take a pause. Om Shanti. Okay, who wants to share?
Om Shanti. Good morning, everyone. Very nice, Murli. My Baba, I like the point where my Baba has said today that the best donation you can give to everyone is not just food, clothes, or anything, but in the form of good wishes and pure feelings in your words, thoughts, deeds, relations, and connections. This is my takeaway point from the Murli today. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, thank you. Anyone else? Nothing? Nothing touched your heart? There's so many points, no? Today, I really loved this whole concept of connection of the time with the golden age birds. You know, it's so interesting. Sometimes you wonder, no, what is the reason why you know, I will not receive 21 birds, for example. No? But you want to be the one who's playing all-rounder part, full 84 birds, right? Come when there is the first coronation, right? First time when the golden age starts with Shri Krishna's birth. And so Baba is reminding us that it is one of the big treasure of time and thoughts that we waste unknowingly, maybe sometimes unconsciously, not really aware that I'm wasting time, but I am. And so I have to be cautious about that. I have to pay attention to that, right? Make sure that my every second, my every minute is being used in the most worthwhile way, right? I loved this whole concept. Yeah. Anything else?
Everything should be used in a worthwhile way, and it should be done constantly. This is the word Baba has used, na?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Om Shanti, good morning.
Om Shanti. Yes, sister.
Yeah, I like the point which Kavi made us to reflect that how we are fortunate, how much we are fortunate that on this conference stage we called God's company. throughout the whole cycle, we got company of the human beings. But this is the very special time where we got the God's company, which makes us double crown, which makes us, gives us access, gives us lot of power to burn the old sanskars. And Baba makes us very powerful that when we got God's company, that from that point, Baba is saying that every second and every minute, we just use it in the worthwhile way. So I was just reflecting my life that really we are so fortunate that we got God's company. And Baba is saying that we have to maintain all the time that constant, we have to keep this company of the gods, and really then we are able to serve through the mind, because God's company will make our mind so powerful, and we will make this world beautiful, five elements beautiful, pure, and then that, yes, definitely that new world will come.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. And Baba says, no, in the entire cycle, you will not have this kind of consciousness or awareness of Baba, who he is, what is the property he gives, what is the inheritance he gives, what he does, how he is. We don't know anything in the entire cycle except now. We don't know about it in the golden age, and we don't know about it on the path of devotion. It's only now. So really big fortune, no? To know and recognize God the way he is and what he is, and use him, take benefit of him, right? It's like when you have connection with some higher ups in the company or in the society or wherever, you are at the upper hand, right? You have more access to so many other things. So I should use Baba. Yeah, very beautiful.
And also Baba explained today true meaning of the holy. So Baba said that to let past be the past. So I was feeling, yes, simple point, but really makes lot of change in our daily day life, because in the world there are many people, they can't means forget past, but here Baba is saying that you are holy soul, you are pure soul, and pure soul speciality is that they just uh, keep past aside and just move forward. So it's really very beautiful point which gives lot of access to do good efforts and to achieve your highest aim.
Yeah. Anyone else?
Shanti. There's this point in today's Murli where Baba says that our old sanskars comes in, and at times we get influence from our old sanskars. And when I was reflecting on this while you were doing the Murli, Baba also mentioned today about not getting influence from the sanskars of others. Now, this is possible only when we stand in this place that you and Pratibha, when we're now discussing that once we are in connection with that supreme, somebody higher, then nobody else can influence others, whether it's going to be external sanskars of others or my own past sanskars. So that's the practice which I'm going to be taking on from today's Murli. Om Shanti.
Nice, thank you. Okay, so maybe we can end with a little meditation, if that's okay. Yeah.
Yes, Tina.
Yeah. Okay. Om Shanti. I sit in the dignity with my head held up high, the awareness of my self-sovereignty. I am a self-sovereign soul, the one who has complete controlling and ruling power on my senses, including my subtle energies of mind, intellect, and sanskars. My mind is very peaceful, very calm, constantly having very elevated and pure thoughts. My intellect has this huge capacity to discern and understand the signals that Baba is giving. And my sanskars are easily and naturally becoming the original ones, equal to Baba. See yourself in this very royal and clean and pure form. With this awareness, I also become aware that I am present at the most auspicious time of the cycle. Everything around me is what it should be. So I have no questions about any scene. Everything that has happened accurately. And so I no longer put into it my energy. Let the past be the past. And Baba has given me a guarantee for the most wonderful future that a soul can ever experience. So I don't need to worry about the future. I become present, and in this present, the most sacred, auspicious moment, I connect my intellect, my mind, with the one Supreme Father. I allow the soul to experience the company of the Supreme Soul. Experience yourself going beyond all the boundaries, all the influences of this old world. And beyond this dimension is that supreme realm of light, where I come in front of the ocean of happiness, the ocean of love. Connect with Baba, absorb his energies into the self. See that I am being colored by Baba's colors of variety of virtues and powers. Baba is decorating me, coloring me with unlimited rays of light and might. Completely colored by his company, I feel content. I feel very fortunate. And with these elevated feelings, I am ready to serve through the part that I play on the planet. So I gently return back to the physical costume. And once again, see yourself in the center of the forehead, like a little diamond sparkling beautifully, radiating the light that I have just received from Baba, and letting all my brothers and sisters, and the devotees, and all the elements receive the benefit of my presence in this world. throughout the day, I will remember to constantly shine my light and let everything be touched like a Midas touch. Everything is becoming peaceful and pure, and I am able to fulfill Baba's desires in me. This is my return of love for everything that Baba has given. Om Shanti. Om Shanti, everyone. Have a
Om
wonderful
Shanti,
day.
sister. You too, sister.
Thank you so much, sister.
Om
Thank you
Shanti.
and family. Thank you.
Thank you, family. Have a wonderful day, and we shall meet tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m.
Om
Om
Shanti.
Shanti. Thank you.
Om Shanti.
Thank you.